Hi guys, so basically I ran a poll on Twitter asking if people would be interested in my studio/gaming setup, and a lot of people expressed interest in that, so I thought I'd put one together. Now it's a little dark, so I'll do my best to film this stuff, so I apologize if it gets a bit dark under my desk and things like that. So we have a bunch of acoustic foam here and here. This is something I recently got to try and dampen some of the reverb in this room. Over here we have three 1080p 60Hz monitors. They're just Samsung value monitors. There's nothing too special about these monitors. They're just, I picked them up like 4 or 5 years ago when I needed 3 monitors for work, and they've stayed. Down here we have a space pen, which is the pen I use to write all of my reviews and notes with. So that's cool. I got that for Christmas. Basically, you can use that in any environment, apparently. It's just a really cool pen. I like it. This is my Xbox One controller. Now, I picked this up the other day to replace my Xbox 360 controller that broke, and so far I'm enjoying it, but it does feel a little bit smaller than the previous one, and that's causing me a few issues in certain games. But it's okay. I like a lot of the changes they've made. I just think it's a little small. What else have we got? We have a iPad mini that I use for my emails these days. I used to use it for development when I was working on iOS games. A pair of glasses, because I am blind. What else have we got? We've got a huge mouse mat there, you can see. It's a Corsair MM20, I think that's what it's called. It's a really good mouse mat, actually. I got it primarily to dampen some of the sound here. But, yeah, no, it's actually really good. It's very smooth, very glidey. And here we have the Ducky Shine, which is my favorite keyboard of all time. It's very worn out. As you can see, that S key is pretty much gone. But I love this keyboard. I got this about 5 years ago, and I've never let go of it. It's a Cherry MX Blues, which isn't great for YouTube. It's very loud, but it's a fantastic keyboard to type on and game on. This is a Steelseries Sensei, which unfortunately is replacing my Death Adder 2013 edition, which is one of the best mice I've ever used. And it died the other day, so I pulled this one out of the cupboard and put it in, and sadly I'm having to use this now. I shouldn't complain too much. It's a really good mouse, but I much prefer the Death Adder, so that's what I'm currently using. It's cool, it's got a lot of good features, but I wouldn't recommend it, especially for the price. It's very expensive. Over here, we have the microphone. So this is on a boom arm, so I can just pull this thing out, position it wherever I want. This is the boom arm. It's a Rode PSA-1, and here we have a pop filter, which is standard, and this, which is a Radius 2 shock mount. It's very expensive, and it's pretty much the only shock mount I can get that fits with this, which makes this not a good purchase if you're just getting into YouTube. Buy something cheaper, buy something else that has a cheaper shock mount that you can get a cheap boom arm with, because seriously, this cost a hell of a lot of money. Now this is my microphone, obviously. It's a Blue Yeti. You've probably seen one of these before. It's a really good mic. The problem is it's very sensitive to shock sounds, so getting this is kind of essential for use. Also, it picks up a lot of ambient noise in the room, and you will have to do a lot of post-production on that noise to try and get rid of it. But it's an okay microphone. I'll probably upgrade to something better in the future. Now, let's put this thing away. This was $12, by the way. This is about $150. This was about $70, which is ridiculous for what it is, and this was about $100. So that's Australian dollars, by the way. So, yeah, not cheap, I have to say. Not cheap, but well worth it when you do this stuff every day. What else do we have? We have a light. Amazing. But I use this thing to backlight my workspace. It's quite nice at night. Down here, we have a bunch of instruments. So this is a Fender Stratocaster. I'm not sure you can really see it. We have a Epiphone Les Paul, an Ibanez acoustic, a Yamaha bass that my wife gave to me, and this, which is an M-Audio 52-key weighted key MIDI keyboard, which I've used to write a number of soundtracks for video games. So yeah, I really like music, obviously, which is why I have a bunch of instruments. I also have these, which are a terrible pair of Sennheisers, and they are closed back, even though it might not look like it, but you can't really see unless I maybe get in the light. There you go. Now you can see it. They are torn up, man. I need a new pair of headphones soonish. Down here, we have this on the wall, which reminds me every day to try and not be a dick when answering comments, which is useful. Over here, it's getting dark now. I apologize for this. It's hard to see. Over here, we have a tripod. It's a Manfrotto tripod. You'll see why in a moment. This is my Tychus. My wife got me this, and my Kerrigan, which is very dark in the background there. I hope you guys can see that. That's my Kerrigan, that's my Tychus. This is a little Boba Fett looking dude who's made out of scrap metal and junk. I really like that. This is a Star Wars Pez dispenser. That's a little frog. That's a gecko. And then there's a Wacom Intuos 4 pen, which goes with my Wacom Intuos tablet, which is actually back here, which you probably can't see. Basically, if you don't know what it is allows you to draw digitally in like Photoshop and stuff. I used to use it every day for work when I was making games. Bunch of guitar picks, and this, which is really good. So a lot of people use Cytec X52s, and I understand why. It has a separate throttle, but this is actually a much better joystick than them, and it's much smoother, and I needed this for my flight simulation. Now, in the end, I want to upgrade to a proper flight stick with a yoke and all that stuff, but this is good temporarily, and you can buy a throttle separately from another company and pair these up. If you are looking for an all-in-one solution, though, this is really good. It's a Thrustmaster 1800M, I think 1800 or 18,000M. If you Google it, you'll find it. But it's really, really good, and it's probably the best all-in-one joystick I've ever used. Finally, we have the Mad Catz Fight Stick, which is really, really good. So this, quite expensive. It's the Fight Stick Pro. It's really good though. If you do play fighting games on a regular basis, I thoroughly recommend you pick this up. It won't make you amazing overnight or anything, but it's so much easier to learn fighting games on something like this than it is on a traditional D-pad and Xbox controller, in my opinion. So there's a reason everyone uses these in the fighting game community. They are fantastic. Go get one if you're interested. And then down here, which I can barely show you, let me try and get under here. Yeah, it's impossible to show you. Basically, that's my G27 Racing Wheel, which I kind of just stuff under there when I'm not using it, which I'm not at the moment. That's my dead Xbox 360 controller. Amazing! And then finally, if we can get under here and actually see something, that is my PC. I'll open the case and show you what's inside. Maybe I can try and use this LED strip to light things up a bit for you. Yank it out. There we go. Okay, so this is very ghetto, I apologize. So in here we have a i7-4790K, and that is a Corsair all-in-one solution water cooler. We've got some white fans there and there, 2 hard drives, 2 terabyte hard drives, an Antec 850 watt power supply, and a GTX 980. Originally this was quite a nice build. It was very clean. Very nice build. It was a red, black, and white theme. I had some nice lighting strips. These lighting strips are kind of broken now, but yeah. So that's my build. It's a really good PC. I like it. It looks cool when you can actually see it. So yeah, but that's my build. What else have we got? Over here, final thing. I think it's the final thing. Let me try and light this thing up as well. Okay, so we have ghetto LED strips. We have a Canon 60D, a Canon 6D, a Canon 17 to 40L lens, a Canon 70 to 200L lens, and a Canon 85mm 1.8 lens. I'm a photo guy. I love photography, and this lens right here is one of my favorite lenses of all time. Absolutely love this lens. If you've ever seen these white lenses on TV or at sports games and things like that, that's why this is a fantastic lens. Everyone who does photography knows this. I love this lens. Yay. Anyway, so this is my pride and joy stuff here. I love photography, and that's why it's in a very secure case. Anyway, as far as my stuff goes, I think that's about it, really. Yeah, that's my wallpapers. I don't really know what else to show you. Maybe my Steam catalog. If I can load that thing up. Here's a bunch of Steam games. Cool. Steam games. Got about 350 of them. Quite a lot. And then Blizzard games and Origin games and blah blah blah. The list goes on and on. But yeah, that's my setup. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If not, I guess let me know in the comments. And if you have any suggestions or anything for future content or stuff like this, I don't know, let me know. Otherwise, like, favorite, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.